Hello everyone, my name is Mitz. Here about Higurashi when they cry. Shion broke into the school and literally attacked Sadako. Like, literally assaulted her. Literally just walking up to her, seeing that Sadako cried after bumping into another kid, and having a small event actually bring her to tears, and then she starts literally attacking her, throwing chairs, books, and everything like that. And when people intervene, she starts attacking her too. I know your emotions all on a ritz because you were crushing Satoshi, and you feel some sort of connection with Sadako and pain and all that. But dear God, dear God, it's actually removed some points that I like Shion as a character. It makes her like flawed, definitely for sure, and all that. But oh my God. I actually hope that this a character flaw carries over from how Mion is as well. That she doesn't connect all the pieces in her head about I guess how a person responds or reacts, but I'm only hyper focuses on one individual point. I honestly, sincerely hope that's a character flaw because it's not that it kind of makes things even more worse. Honestly, even more worse. And Satoshi actually had that same conversation. Mion brought up that she had a similar conversation with Satoshi on like the day before the festival where she left or Sadako was entrusted into her care. Here it's Shion taking the phone call because she was apologizing back and forth between what happened when they Satoshi like blamed her, like accused her of like being the reason why the Hojo family is in the mess it's in right now, the whole grudge thing, which again it makes complete sense why they have a grudge after all this happened. But oh boy, the ant's gonna go missing in this chapter from the sounds of it. This is gonna be the day of the festival itself, and now I'm just wondering how Shion's gonna react to all of it. How the ant is fine, but Sadako, well, the ant is dead, but Sadako hasn't gone missing yet. How that's gonna be. Oh boy. The day of the Watakunashi Festival. Okay, we're doing this. Oh boy, we're just doing a police report thing. Oh no. June 20th, 1982, 1:40 p.m. What was I doing today? You're making a very police cryptic reports for yourself on your journalistic days. Nothing in particular. Nothing at all. I just wanted to play hooky. I woke up in the afternoon. I ate instant food for lunch while watching boring TV programs. Why is the music from the tip section in here right now? I had a light headache, so I laid down on the sofa. I wouldn't wake up again if I went to sleep. Whatever. I decided to sleep. I'd already told Sis that Satoshi couldn't ask her to look after Sadako, gave the whole entire spiel about telling everything to Mion right then and there. I didn't have to do anything myself. Yeah, again, it also feels like you're taking satisfaction of Satoshi like entrusting Sadako to your care, but not actually having to deal with the responsibility of it yourself. Even though I know it's because the whole complicated family situation just feels a bit weird. I fell asleep, though my head was aching a little bit. That would be all I had to deal with. June 20th, 1982, 5:02 p.m. The aunt believed that all the villagers frowned upon her because her brother-in-law and his wife were pro-dam activists. She surely experienced some fallout during the time of the dispute. The people had stopped looking coldly upon her, even though she assumed otherwise. She was paranoid, believing that all the villagers hated her. And so, she decided to hate them back. Yeah, now it does actually start feeling mass hysteria on both ends now. Her attitude, of course, begot hatred from the villagers. The situation became exactly the way she thought it was from the start. What came first? Their poor relationships with the neighbors, or her husband's affair? She didn't know herself. Her husband claimed that he got a lover because he was fed up with her attitude. She, in turn, claimed that their relationships with the neighbors went sour because her husband had damaged reputation. Only Satoshi was aware that both happened at almost the same time. The quarrels had become a daily routine now. When the husband came home late, the wife would shout at him at the entrance. Satoshi wondered why they didn't get a divorce, their marriage being as rotten as it was. Ugh. But he secretly knew the reason for that, too. It was the fortune his parents had left. Oh yeah, and money, oh god. His aunt had hidden their bank book and stamp and never allowed her husband access to them. So, her husband would search the house for them. She found out he stole some money from her purse. This would cause yet another fight. Satoshi had never been aware that his parents had that much money when they were alive. To death, however, one of his relatives told him. He was informed his parents had left a large sum of money in some bank account. Satoshi couldn't understand why they had that kind of money, because his family had been, as far as he knew, poor. That raised a whole bunch of other questions, actually, thinking about it. Oh boy. Like, was the whole thing like their parents wanted to live a bit more frugally? I guess like, I guess in some way to, not spoil their kids? I just raised the whole question a bit more than Satoshi and Sadako aren't really being that spoiled, honestly. Like, even then, like, it just sounds like they're just, like, maybe, like, they try to present themselves, like, even to, like, themselves, even to the kids, like, as lower middle class, I guess? It's because of the dam project. Yeah, the money from there, honestly, makes sense, actually. His parents probably got the money in return for their cooperation with the government, and they didn't really have a lot of time to use it. Like, you know, until a year afterwards. Then they died. They tried to get more villagers on their side, provide information to them and whatnot. The money was probably compensation for their efforts. His aunt and uncle never had any intention to adopt them until they heard about the money. Yeah. It's like a whole series of unfortunate events type of situation right there. God damn it. After someone from some financial institution revealed its existence, they appeared to adopt Sadako and Satoshi. The couple would fight every day. Eventually, Satoshi's uncle started spending more time at his mistress's home. He realized that he had no reason to return to his own home, because he just ended up in a fight with his wife if he did. When he stopped coming home, Satoshi felt relieved. Neither their uncle nor their aunt treated the two siblings very well. Satoshi's aunt wouldn't have to vent her frustration upon them. The reason the couple fought was their corrupted relationship, so if they separated, there wouldn't be any more fights, right? Satoshi had thought that at first. But even after they separated, his aunt still had a short temper. Another woman had stolen her husband. The villagers must have been talking behind her back even now. It was mortifyingly embarrassing. Since she had lost an opponent to fight, Satoshi's aunt directed her hatred toward the siblings. Satoshi had been observing her. He learned when she would get upset and how to avoid her attention. Yeah? Oh god. He managed to get by without upsetting her, by turning a keen eye to her behavior and avoiding conflicts, being so hyper vigilant and focusing on, I guess, the abusers so you don't, get a lot of ire from them. Oh god. Oh god, this is just... Ugh. This upsets me. But Sadako couldn't do that. She hated her aunt and didn't even try to hide it. Satoshi told her to behave in their aunt's presence, but her eyes were always filled with hatred. Satoshi tried to reduce the conflict between them as much as possible. He stepped in to mend the relationship. It was a heavy burden for him, though, because he was still just a boy. He bore so much. He covered for his little sister by lying and maneuvering. He tried to maintain a tangible sense of peace, but he couldn't do that forever. The relationship between Sadako and her aunt had already spiraled out of control. Satoshi found something in the trash. It probably wasn't a legitimate place for trash disposal. No, it's literally just a damn, it's a propaganda area machine from, the villagers to, make even more sense of, oh, look at the damn project people are doing here. They're ruining the environment. If it was, sanitation workers would come pick it up. He passed by the street all the time, so he noticed when there were new things dumped there. Man, this is also connected to rate as a treasure hunting thing. Oh boy. He found a plain-looking desk, the kind likely to be seen in offices. Somebody must have dumped it within the past few days. His aunt liked to bring usable trash home. She'd had Satoshi help bring a chest home just a few days ago. if he had told her about the desk, she'd want it. His aunt hated to find bugs and garbage in the drawers, so she'd always open the check before carrying the thing home. Satoshi opened all the drawers, all of which were empty. After that, he turned around and walked for about 5 steps. He was standing in a knee-high bush. There, he laid something he'd been carrying all the time, until today. The bat? It'd be very hard to find unless you specifically knew was there to begin with. Looking satisfied, Satoshi looked around for some landmark to remember the place by. Yeah, did he actually, like, plan to kill the ant all this time? I mean, like, It's mostly just wondering, like, how coincidentally, so many things worked in his favor then, honestly. And I don't think it's, like, Keiichi's whole thing, where, like, coincidentally, he was able to break into the schoolhouse, like, make a phone call and all that. Like, it's that sort of kind of convenient, but I don't think it's just giant convenient, like in Satoshi's case, then if he actually did kill the ant or, like, attacked her, by a guy who had no relationship to the town or anyone involved in it decided to, saw the crime happen and was like, oh yeah, I saw it, like, and all that, and, like, didn't decide to say anything about it. Like, in a certain way, like, literally took blame for it, even when he was arrested for, like, narcotics. And attacking and killing someone is way much worse than that. It makes... What? That's a lot of coincidence right there. Looking satisfied, Satoshi looked around for some landmark to remember the place by. June 20th, 1982, 5:51 p.m. Hey, old pal. I see you showed up again this year. You better get ready for us. You're as peppy as ever. Well, is she a newcomer? Uh-huh. This is Reina Ryugu. Don't underestimate her. She's good. No, I'm not. Nice to meet you. Yo, you too. I brought all kinds of prizes this year. There'll be a real battle to win. Try and take them all if you can. Reina tends to dote on cute stuff. Yeah, that stuffed animal looks just like her type. But... Aww. So cute. I want to take it home with me. Hey, the booth isn't open yet. Whoa, okay, looks like all the prizes are gone now before even the festival opened. It's your fault. Stop it, Reina. He says the booth isn't open yet. Well, just flip the sign over, then attack it. Ravage it. You can run him into the ground once he opens up. Oh, it's mine, though. It's mine. I'm taking it home. Reina lost her marbles with the stuffed animal. Everybody laughed. Everybody except Sadako. She was standing by herself, some distance from the crowd. I wonder if, like, this is meant to be... Oh, boy. There was the whole thing of, like, everyone just imagining Keiichi was there in the 3rd installment, like, with them at the festival. Either, like, that's a hallucination, or everyone, like, decided to, like, all come together and lie for him. Which is, oh, boy. Oh, boy. Her eyes look dull. Me, Poshi. What is it, Rika? Rika walked up to Sadako, smiling ear to ear in an effort to cheer her up. Forget your worries today. Let's just have fun. Sadako looked down. Even if she got to have fun today, her circumstances at home wouldn't change. Sadako, your evil aunt isn't around. I know that. So why don't you have fun? Napa, Hoshi. Napa, Hoshi. Poke, poke in the face. Get that frown upside down. Napa, Hoshi. Poke, furious poking. Sorry, but I don't feel like it. Could you please leave me alone? Why aren't you smiling? Sadako sulkily glimpsed at Rika. She gave her a look, as though she wanted to say that Rika should know the reason. Even if she could have fun today, nothing would change between her and her evil aunt. No matter how fun the festival was. When she went home, her aunt would be there. The aunt would find something wrong with Sadako, get mad, and shout at her so loudly the neighbors would hear. How can she have fun, even just for today, while knowing all that? Sadako didn't say that out loud, but our eyes betrayed our emotions to Rika. Well, I mean, obviously you would reason that out anyway. So, Sadako, your suffering ends today. Will you smile? Sadako gasped. She thought that Rika might do something to help. But soon after she realized that Rika was just trying to comfort her. Don't think about that just yet. Could her suffering end today? Because of Rika? How? Sadako knew that there was really nothing Rika could do. Not right now, anyway, or at least now you can see from from your mind's eye right here in this ethereal plane. And so, after just one moment of freedom, Sadako fell into depression again. Rika, don't give me false hopes. Sadako. Rika's voice is clearer than Sadako had ever heard before. It's already been decided. Not creepy at all. June 20th, 1982, 8:11 p.m. Satoshi snuck out the window after supper. He heard the distant ruckus of the festival. The festival would end at 9 p.m. After the Watanagashi ceremony, there was going to be a raffle drawing. So 2 types of people in Hinamizawa. People who would go home for dinner, and the ones who would stay until the raffle was over. Either relaxing at home, or still at the festival. There were only those 2 patterns. Keiichi definitely wouldn't have known that when he did his plan. On top of that, there weren't many neighbors in the vicinity of Satoshi's house. As a result, he found nobody in the streets. On that night, the small village seemed especially desolate. Satoshi knew it was going to be like this, but he would keep worrying until he saw it for himself. He was barefooted, but started running without hesitation. Why doesn't he have shoes on? He felt as though he'd become a wild animal, running his bare feet. What, is he going to turn into a werewolf or something? He got the impression that he could run faster than usual. Not only his running ability, his vision, his hearing, and his sense of smell. All senses were keener, including his 6th sense. He could almost sense the presence of people at a distance, if only when crouching like an animal. It felt strange, as though he stepped into another world. He'd been feeling tense and anxious until today, battling with his own fear. But now he felt as though he had metamorphosized into a different person. June 20th, 1982, 8:37 p.m. Alright everyone, I'm going to explain how the raffle works now. Please gather around the altar. The festival had reached its climax. The raffle was going to start. Both women who were dancing and those who were waiting for the raffle gathered around the altar. This was the first time they held a raffle. The planning committee decided to hold one from this year onward to attract more people to the festival. At first, the prizes were things that committee members had donated, but Oreo, not appreciating how pathetic they looked, had them thrown away. Oreo took the initiative and bought a brand new TV, a washing machine, a cooling fan, and other such things to the raffle. Is Satoshi gonna participate in the raffle, or he's gonna use this raffle for other means? The committee wanted to keep it small initially, but it turned out big, thanks to her. Oreo was upset because the committee members weren't enthusiastic enough, in her opinion. If you're not like shouting your happiness all across the entire rest of the nation, then are you even good for your job as a salesman? Some of the members thought it would be very difficult to prepare prizes of equal value the following year. This might be the very first and last raffle. Hello again. Oh yeah, we're seeing you again. Okay. Thanks to you, we have such wonderful prizes this year, Oreo-san. Must have cost a lot, didn't they? We can reimburse you from our budget. Buffoon, no point in reimbursing that. It's never about the money. Idiots. Never about the money, it's about the spirit of it all. No, don't say that. This raffle's all thanks to you, Oreo-san. It's not like I'm doing this all by myself. How ridiculous. The mayor, Kimiyoshi, was having a tough time pacifying Oreo. All of a sudden, one of the committee members burst into the tent in a rush. He looked upset, so Kimiyoshi assumed that somebody probably got hurt in an accident. What's going on, Makino-san? Hope you're not having a heart attack. Kimiyoshi made sure to calm down. Makino, however, still looked tense. He whispered something to Kimiyoshi. Even without the hearing exchange between Makino and Kimiyoshi, it was plain as day there was bad news. Oreo-san? I've been pleasant news, if you don't mind. Kimiyoshi, accompanied by Makino, moved to Oreo's side and spoke in a very serious tone. Kimiyoshi whispered to the exact same words Makino told him. Oh dear. This is bad. Ain't unexpected. What happens thrice will happen a fourth time. That's not funny, Oreo-san. You're right, it isn't. Just another hassle. The police are trying to identify the body. Oh. I hear that the face is completely destroyed, so it'll be difficult. It's quite clear who it is, though. Huh? Do you know who it might be? Oreo glared at Kimiyoshi and started chuckling. Idiot. Perhaps some impudent lad didn't come to the Watanabe festival. He would respect Oyashiro-sama and won't get involved in something like that. Oreo kept laughing. Kimiyoshi and Makino didn't know how to react to that. I can't tell if, like, this is all, like... Well, obviously, in some case, like, this is all just, like, small snapshots of what happened around the town. But, like, because it's taking the same similar format of, like, the epilogue as the other game, like, the other, like, other installments, it just feels like this is technically the police have written down and reports and all that. But some of them appear, like, only happen to one character and doesn't seem like they would tell anyone else about it. June 20th, 1982, 9:04 p.m. Oh, hi again. We've barely seen you after, you know, honestly. We only seen your sprites like once or twice, Kumagai. Honestly. This is merciless. Kuma-chan? Remember, death is merciless unless the dead wish for it. Okay. They have my condolences. How's it going over there? Did you find something that could identify the body? The forensics investigators shook their heads. The victim's wearing sandals and casual clothes. Sandals? Socks and sandals? They must be from this neighborhood. We should be able to identify the corpse by asking around. That's the way we do it. The section manager says this case might become classified. So be careful with that. Gotcha. Kumagai gathered some officers and gave them directions. Dr. Erie has arrived. Oh my god, he's here. God dang it! Doctor is over here. A young doctor got out of his car and headed in the victim's direction. He knows what happened this year too. This is, even though this part will get classified, he knows what's happened. Hi, you're also wearing casual clothes. Are you wearing sandals too? Oh my god. Hello. I'm sorry I kept you waiting. I had to help with the raffle. You must have drunk a lot at the festival, Doctor. Are you sure you're sober? Maybe I should run a breathalyzer test on you just to be safe. I'm fine. My assistant was driving. Clever of you. What the fuck is your problem? Hey, let the doctor pass. What the fuck? There was an area cordoned off with blue plastic sheets. An officer rolled up the sheet and let Oishi and Erie pass. Okay, I know you have to take photos as part of your job, but don't spam the button there. There's not enough film as is in that camera. The forensic people were taking photos from many different angles. The blood splatters and the bloody sandals were left untouched, marked with chalk, and indicated with small alphabetized plates. Bloody sandals were left untouched, marked with chalk and indicated with small. Okay, I thought it was part of the course itself, but it's literally just they set up that classically like a normal crime scene when the police find it. Chalk outlines, letters indicating certain evidence. I'm not used to seeing things like this. He took out a handkerchief and covered his nose. You should breathe through your mouth. Well, you might sense the smell visually, though. Visually? Wow, okay. The body appeared to be that of a middle-aged woman. It was soaked in blood. It looked like a middle-aged woman because of the hair and what she was wearing. The reason why no one could be certain it was a middle-aged woman was because its face was completely pulverized. This is brutal. I'm sure it was done on malice. The victim must have been murdered right here, judging from the pattern of the blood splatters and the soles of the sandals. And even though not many people take this road, the body's right in the middle of it. It's very unusual to see a culprit who will be bludgeoning their victim until their face is completely destroyed. Also, if you look at her arms, only she put on latex gloves and lifted the corpse's arm. See? Spotless, aren't they? So Lilium was like knocked out here on the ground and was just killed as she laid. Are you saying the victim didn't try to protect her head? There's no sign of struggle. Right you are. The victim lost consciousness with the first blow. And the culprit kept beating to complete the murder. The victim was probably lying face down that time. Judging from the stains in her clothes. The body's face up now. The culprit seems to put the victim over, in order to smash her face, even though by that point, her death was certain. Yeah. Eerie looks like he was going to throw up, both because of the putrid smell and knowing she's reasoning. So Lily, from the sound of it, yeah. I mean, if like Lily, I'm assuming they figured all that whole thing out of like the culprit, like they are technically arrested for this year before he died from choking on a spork. Mentioned like the reason why he like killed, I guess, her, because I guess be again part of the missing, like it would be part of the curse legacy, and this was the year technically started becoming confidential. So, yeah. Smashing the victim's face clears some of a grudge, in my experience. It's a very profound grudge too, enough to literally just make sure you can't even see their face anymore. The killer can't even see the face anymore, like literally just dehumanizing them. That means my court must be someone very close to the victim. I understand you didn't call me the resurrector, Doctor. Do you know who the victim is? If you do, I don't have to waste time questioning the neighbors. Eerie looked at the body once again. Looked away quickly and thought. Then, after a while, he left the investigation area without saying anything. I'm sorry. I don't know. Eh? Are you sure? Only she smirked and looked into Eerie's eyes. What happened between these two, honestly? They seemed they were on fine terms, at least from the years ago in the before installment. But even like before this, like even this is the year before, of before Keiichi moved in, they're honestly on bad terms already. There's already those snide comments everywhere. What happened between like the kidnapping case and here? What happened? As though Eerie was hiding something. I'm not hiding anything. I guess you're still under the influence, Doctor. Maybe you'll remember when you're sober. Let me know if you do. Only she tapped Eerie in the back. The doctor, saying he wanted some fresh air, left the scene. Kumagai returned. Mochi-san, section manager is on the radio. The one in the first car. Eerie lied. Huh? Nothing. Hurry up and question the neighbors. The victim must be from this area. June 20th, 1982, 9:39 p.m. Moishi-san, here he is. Thank you for coming here this late at night. I know you have school tomorrow. Oh, it's a Satoshi. I'm really sorry to bother you. No problem. Where's your father? My stepfather doesn't come home much. Uh-huh. Since when? When did he come home last? I don't know. I heard he's living with a woman who works at a club in Okinawa or something. I can't tell if they're literally, oh god, I can't tell if like it's because they're in they're in the forest. They literally brought Satoshi all the way out here just to look at the body instead of like talking to him at the door in the rooms. Okay. Holy shit. My god. I don't know. I heard he's living with a woman who works at a club in Okinawa or something. I don't remember exactly when, but I guess I saw him a few weeks ago. Huh. Yeah, you say that every time. Do you have your father's address? No. He's living with a woman who works at a club. Do you know the name of the place? No. I know it's in Okinonomiya, and that's all. What's your father's name? Teppei Hojo. Oishi signaled Kumagai with his chin, who nodded while taking notes. Were your mother and father getting along well? I don't know much about that, but I don't think so. You don't know much about that? Okay. I see. I want you to tell me honestly. Do you know anyone who might have been holding a grudge against your stepmother? I don't. Alright. Please let me know if you remember something. Here's my card. My number is on it. Okay. I might ask to see you again for further inquiries. You see your stepfather, please let him know that we want to contact him. Come-chan, drive him home, will you? You literally walked him all the way out here just to talk to him in the middle of the goddamn woods just for this? Oh, no. I can go home by myself. Please. Let us drive you home. I suppose whether the culprit who murdered your aunt is roaming around the neighborhood. You might get hurt too. Thank you for your consideration, but really, I'm fine. Satoshi tried to reject the offer, but Oishi and Kumagai insisted. In the end, Satoshi was forced to accept. You know, Satoshi didn't kill him, especially with the whole thing with the police and all that from the damn product, whole environment of I can't trust anyone, god damn it. He turned around to leave, when Oishi spoke to him as if he remembered something he'd forgotten to say. Ojo-san! Yes? Don't worry. It's no problem. We'll catch the culprit soon. Do you have any leads? Yes, we do. Like what? That's confidential. Ordinary people might think that Oishi was trying to cheer the poor kid up with a joke. Well, usually people get pretty worked up when they commit murder. Though, of course, there are some exceptions. What kind of evidence do you find when the culprit's worked up? When someone's in a very excited condition, their body shows many symptoms. Like sweat, loss of hair, loss of hair. My god, everything is going white. We haven't found the culprit's hair at crime scenes. Well, this is outside. This is a bit different, but still. I mean, by that point, since it's around the area, the neighborhood, and all that, technically speaking, you can't really use that hair as evidence unless it doesn't make sense for why the hair would be in a position. Maybe it's on the top of the body or anything like that, but still, Did you find their hair? I don't know yet. The forensics guys are searching the scene right now. I'm anxious to see what they'll bring me. Then it starts raining right now. Excuse me, I have to go now. Please. Come on, Sean. Would you? Sure. Ojo-san. See you again soon. I'll let you know if there's any progress in the investigation. Let me know when you remember something. Let's cooperate to catch the murder of your stepmother. Definitely not creepy at all and ominous. No wonder people in this whole town thought about your harbinger of doom. Especially. Yay. 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 Eh. Is this the next day? It's midnight. Shion gets woke up in the middle of the night. Oh. Sis called the morning after the Wakanashi Festival, telling me that the curse had struck again for the 4th time. The victim was the evil aunt who was harassing Satoshi-kun Sadako. Oh, hold on a second, Mia. I need to do something real quick. Puts down the table. Walks through the bed. Just lays down the bed. Starts rumbling and shaking. Yes! Fucking yes! God, yes! Confetti poppers! Okay, I'm back. What's up? That's really sad to hear. Satoshi-kun's suffering should be over now, since the problem was with Sadako and the aunt's relationship to begin with. Stop bringing up Sadako. Maybe I should have celebrated. I was in the mood for some reason. Did the police have a lead in the suspect? Sis went quiet when I asked that. I don't know. Oichi seemed to be questioning people in the neighborhood. He thinks the culprit is somebody close to the victim. It makes sense to think that. Hmm. Being identical twins, Sis and I think very much alike. If I suspected Satoshi-kun of being the murderer, so would she. Because of this, I didn't mention the obvious. So does Satoshi-kun have an alibi for that day? Uh, I don't know. Time to make an alibi for him, then. I heaved a huge sigh. Are you stupid? He was at the festival. Didn't you see him there? Uh, yeah. Right. Oh! I'm sorry, I didn't realize that. I heaved another sigh. Sis was stupid not to forget to make an alibi for him, even though the murder of his aunt alone would raise enough suspicion. So that means he did do it? That's not important now. The problem is whether he has an alibi or not. Tch. The police are going to come here later. I'll tell them I was with him at the festival. Sis? Lying in the blue like that won't work. You haven't done anything to ensure his alibi. It's too late now. Please just be honest with them. I can't trust your acting skills. You might raise more suspicion if you make something up on the spot. Oh, there is that too in the third installment, honestly. Make complete sense. Especially since Keiichi literally implied that he wanted the whole Mirth thing to happen, and since everything's paralleling again what happened of the aunt of attacking everyone, it makes sense that everyone in the festival decide to literally the friend group decided to make a whole alibi listing, like literally a fake alibi just for Keiichi, but Keiichi was too freaked out for all that. But it's weird that the alibi they gave and listed literally matched up exactly what happened in the first installment. But the perfect festival day happened, technically speaking. Oh my god. That's still holy shit. I guess that also means that are they gonna say that everyone else in the town, the village decides to give Keiichi an alibi? Because then that's a whole new level of unification right there. That meant everyone died in that chapter then too. Oh god. You might raise more suspicion if you make something up on the spot. Yeah, sorry. You sound depressed. I was the one who should have been depressed. Mion usually handles things well, but she's not too good with emergencies. I was a little worried for the future of the Sonozaki family. Mion must have been embarrassed. She soon changed the subject. I guess you've been able to work lately, have you? You're right, I haven't. Thanks to you. I'm sorry about that. I'll hide somewhere until tonight, so maybe you can work today? Sis had been appearing in public places during festival preparations and whatnot. As a result, I hadn't been able to pretend to be her. I hadn't been able to work. As someone had to support myself, it was a bit of a pain. Especially with a curse laying on the head, I had to pretend to be around this area. To be honest, I didn't feel like working anyway. I couldn't afford to be sitting around here either. We kind of had to go around and prove that Satoshi's innocent, or lie for his behalf and all that. That's actually cool. Man. Oh, is this outside the apartment? Oh, in the hallway. Oh, in the building. Oh. And I was thinking we were gonna get background thing for this. Okay. I locked my apartment door before leaving. The door of the next apartment over opened and Kasai appeared. Oh yeah, he lived in the next apartment over, yeah. What's the little door underneath that window there? Is that for a laundry chute? It doesn't look very conventional for a laundry chute. Or I'm probably just thinking of my own the US's ways of the laundry chutes and all that. It's actually for the air conditioner mechanics or something, a circuit board. I don't know. Is this for the power for this floor? Why am I fixating on this? I'm getting fixated upon the same way of the taste of honey. Jian-san, are you heading out? Yeah. I'm gonna work since Sis gave me time until tonight. Can you give me a ride? Jian-san, wouldn't it be safer for you to take a few days off? The police seem to be sticking out at the main house. I think it's a good idea to leave. I appreciate your concern, but I have to make money to survive. Kasai might suggest he donate money to my cause. However, I swore to myself that when I started living here that I wouldn't depend on Kasai. Oh yeah, also, fireworks is happening. This is the 4th of July, if you can hear that in the back. Sorry about that. Well, I don't obey anyone else's rules. I stick to my own. Kasai could tell that I was adamant in my decision. After repeating myself a couple times as a formal procedure, he decided to give me a ride after all. Every time we went to my uncle's store by car, we stopped at this traffic light. At this traffic light. At this specific one. I knew it was going to happen again, but it still irritated me. Man, everything's routine now, even though something big happened in life. But, yeah, excuse me. Pedestrians passed by in front of the car. I was startled to see that one of them looked like Satoshi-kun. It was him. Though I'd spoken with him on the phone just a couple of days before, it'd been a while since I saw him last. Kasai, sorry, but can you tell my uncle that I can't come today? I'm getting off here. What? Shion-san? Kasai looked taken aback, but I got out of the car regardless, while it was still moving, hurtling out of the car, spinning on the curb, and letting up. Hi, Satoshi! The light turned green. The car behind him honked while Kasai was shouting at me, so he had to start moving. Satoshi-kun was on his bike, but he was going really slowly. I caught up with him in a flash and tapped him in the back. Hello. I'm surprised to see you no Kinamiya, Satoshi-kun. If I talked to him with a smile, he might smile back. So I smiled as brightly as I could. Mion? Looked tired as always. It's his neutral expression now. As I could tell, he was trying to smile back. My worries suddenly disappeared. How certain I looked happy. I was aware of that myself, so it must have been obvious to Satoshi-kun. Let the happiness plague infect everyone. Infect from you to you. Make sure the happiness virus spreads instead of the depression one. I don't know the circumstances, but you look happy. Oh yeah, your aunt is dead. Wait, what? No, nothing. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy because you look happy. Well, now you do. When I teased him, he looked a bit embarrassed. It was like we were back in the good old days. Like that was last month. I felt even happier than before. So, what's going on, Satoshi-kun? Did something good happen? Not really. My aunt died and I had to deal with the police and the neighbors. I might have asked something dumb. He seemed to be okay with it, though. He frowned a bit at first, but Satoshi-kun continued smiling gently. He looked worn out, but satisfied, like he had accomplished something great. That was the mood I sensed from him. Oh, and since they, like, made the whole, like, crime up and all of that, did literally just the Sonozaki family, like, actually just take the body and, like, took care of the rest of it over? So, Keiichi doesn't, like, get the full taken down with him? That's why everyone, like, you know, decided to take it all with them. Especially if Shion, like, if Shion cut one of it, like, from talking to Mion about this. It all makes sense, honestly. That was the mood I sensed from him. So I was convinced. The one who killed the wicked aunt who tormented Sadako was him. But are you sure, though, finger guns? Meh. Honestly, it could be. And either way, if it was him or not, I wouldn't be too opposed to it. Murder and all that. If it's someone bad and all that. Or someone's like abusive, or in some way I'm literally also planning to kill someone else. Is it bad for that person to die as well? And for you to kill that person? I had absolutely no proof, but I knew it intuitively. So I admitted all those questions. I knew Satoshi-kun's motive for killing his aunt, and how badly he was driven into a corner. I knew the environment and situation he was in. And I knew Satoshi-kun's feelings. I knew all of that. Well, because someone else told you about it, and you haven't really spoke on him one-on-one to him. I don't know if you technically know all his feelings then. Especially then, you technically blame Sadako from, all the feelings he had to do, but, you don't fully grasp it, so, yeah, no, not the whole story. So I made all those questions. I want to celebrate his release from that curse, so I smiled like nothing was different as I asked. So, where are you going, Satoshi-kun? To work? That's right. I have to make a stop before that, though. A stop? Got more shopping. I have to make sure it's still there, otherwise I'll continue feeling really anxious. The conversation reminded me. The reason he started his part-time job was to buy Sadako a huge teddy bear. It was being sold at the toy store just down the street. I recall the teddy bear was very expensive. Sadako's birthday was right after the festival. Wait, right after? Wait, June 21st? Oh, never mind. I wasn't sure what day, though. Wait, didn't he say he quit his job? Yes, he did. And he said he had enough money for the teddy bear himself, though, so... Maybe he was going to greet his ex-coworkers and clean out his locker or something. Either way, he'd be completely free very soon. Maybe he hadn't been paid yet. That's why he wanted to check if they still had the teddy bear. Maybe he was only getting paid on Sadako's birthday. When we got near the toy store, he rushed the display window. Oh, she was there literally to buy, like, that my god, literally, no, of course not. Like, literally, Shion was there. Like, and I was witnessed it clearly that he bought the teddy bear. My god. He looked relieved that he hadn't been sold yet. Good. Alright. It's still there. You've earned enough money already, haven't you? Why don't you reserve it? Huh? He probably hadn't thought of that. He really did need someone to look after him. Wait, did you tell him this after you bought the teddy bear? Wow, that's cruel. I looked into the display window over his shoulder. The teddy bear wasn't that cute, in my opinion. It looked huge and cramped in the middle of the store's showcase. Wow, they didn't even display it properly? Okay, fine then. I didn't buy it yet. Really, it looked more like a display model than an item for sale. I don't see a price tag. Is that really for sale? How much is it? Yeah. I'm sure they sell it. What about the price? Does it fit your budget? It's alright, I already checked. Satoshi-kun thought I was teasing him again. He pouted and looked a little sulky. Well, there's no problem then. Why don't you go reserve it now? Then you won't have to feel anxious anymore. Reserve it? Nice, then. Went to the store and looked for a clerk. Is anybody here? Nice. Maybe you can get it without paying. Stealing? No, Mion. Stealing is bad. In this context, it's not, because we're in the presence of someone who owns the store, who's part of it, so it's not stealing, because someone there's what is allowing you to grab it. It's not stealing, it's literally just a transaction. Without money. I'm just kidding. I'm trying to make you laugh, dingus. Do you think I'd really do that? Stroke chin. No, sorry. Satoshi-kun smiled apologetically. I puffed up my cheeks to tease him. It had really been a while since the last time we did this. Between those times, many undesirable things happened that I wanted to forget. But now I felt as though all those things simply vanished into the air around us. I found an old person napping in the back. He must be the clerk, I thought. He looked to be fast asleep. Excuse me. You work here, right? I pulled his shoulder. He didn't look like he was going to wake up. Smack him. Slap him in the face. When I did that, a middle-aged woman wearing an apron came in. Grandpa, you fell asleep again. We have customers. I'm really sorry, you two. He's been really flaky, you know? The middle-aged woman shook the old man awake and told him to get back to the living room. She went to the cash register to that. Holy shit, the fireworks are going crazy. That was so embarrassing. So, how can I help you? I'd like to reserve something. That big teddy bear in the display window. So literally, it wasn't Shion or Mion, but they had it reserved. They could have had receipts and transactions, like paperwork behind and all that. Why does the police believe them? Is it because of the whole alibi thing in the town and all that? My god. But this is in Okonomiya, so it doesn't really matter. So what was happening? Sozaki's and all that. Oh god. Oh, that one. Are you sure? That one is really expensive. You know that, right? Yes. I think I have enough. He'll get paid really soon, so he'd like to reserve it. The woman looked a bit hesitant at first, but she eventually wrote down Satoshi-kun's name next to the reservation. Oh, his paycheck hasn't come in yet. That's why he hasn't bought it yet. Oh, okay. Satoshi-kun received a slip of paper. See? You don't have to worry about the teddy bear anymore. Yeah. I'll get paid soon, too. I feel relieved now. He would have kept coming to check every day if he hadn't done this now. He would have spent his time needlessly worrying. Satoshi-kun looked very relieved indeed. That's one thing worried out of the way. I'm making friends with the murderer. Nice. God. God, it's still so funny if we did it or not. I should have done it sooner. Usually people do that right away when they want something. It's very rare for somebody not to think of that. It's so very fun to tease him. Those painful days seem unbelievable now. Satoshi couldn't look like he'd forgotten everything that happened up until yesterday. Anyway, thanks. He held his hand to touch my head. Was he gonna stroke it? I felt my face running already. My god, you're too eager for this, god damn it. Even before he touched my head, I felt tingly. I remember the last time. I didn't care about the murder or whatever else happened. As long as Satoshi-kun had this freedom, everything would be alright. I'd be content as long as we could live happily from today onward. But Satoshi-kun's hand never reached my head. You can't become cat now. I slowly opened my eyes. Only to realize the situation had drastically changed. There were 4 men in suits blocking our way. It looked like they'd been waiting for us to exit the toy store. Oh my god, it's the police! They figured it out! Yeah, okay, hi. Hello, hello. My god. Oh, if you were here when it all happened, why the fuck you didn't believe that he used the money to buy the teddy bear then? It was gone then. Why the fuck do you not believe that? If he literally came out of the toy store one day, or reservation and all that, if that's a thing. If you know that's a thing, why the fuck do you believe that? Oh my fucking god. God damn it. You people are stupid. Ugh. You noticed the 4 men stopped while smirking. I never met this man, but it looked like he knew both Mion and Satoshi-kun. He's probably a cop. I went to search for information in my head, and found some right away. Good to see both of you, Hojo-san and Sonozaki-san. Sorry to bother you at a time like this. Hi. This must be Kuraido Oishi. The cop is investigating a series of mysterious deaths. He thinks the Sonozaki family is behind all the cases. In other words, he's an enemy of the Sonozaki family. I mean, if the whole, the toy store is also from Sonozaki's, then of course you wouldn't believe them either, so I guess it makes sense, but still. He has deep connections with other investigation divisions of the police force, and likes to nose around the businesses in this area. He annoys the Sonozaki family enough as it is by interfering with the Yakuza business, let alone suspicions in the series of mysterious deaths. That sounds like a mouthful, honest, at this point. The series of mysterious deaths. It's like the new, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, but on a shorter phrase scale. Naturally, as the family's successor, he's not a welcome figure to me on Sonozaki. I tried to imagine how Sis would react. Oh, Oishi-san. Thank you for working hard for our safety. Oh, the 4 of you want something from this toy store? A doll, maybe? Pfft. I know what they want, and it's not a toy. It's probably not me either, actually. They want Satoshi-kun. I took a look at Satoshi-kun. He seemed a bit uncomfortable. The other 3 cops loosely surrounded us to prevent our escape. Ojo-san? I had to talk to you about something. What for? Are you taking him to the station? You don't have to go with him, Satoshi-kun. Let's get out of here. I pushed on his shoulder. We just stood there, looking pale and bewildered. Bewildered? No, he actually looked resigned. Then I recalled Sis's mistake. It's obvious he killed his aunt from the circumstances. You don't even have to look at the crime scene. How could Mion have failed to create an alibi? I assume Mion must have spoke to the police without making anything up at all. She must not have told them that she knew where Satoshi-kun was. You really just said to forget that detail ever happened. Oh my god. If she hadn't done anything, the villagers wouldn't work to help her. It was just a matter of time until the police uncovered Satoshi-kun's complete lack of an alibi. The police were trying to corner him and lead him to confess. I looked at Satoshi-kun's face once again. He looked like a dead man. He probably didn't know he could refuse to be interrogated. If he was taken to the station and grilled by Oishi, he'd confess in a minute. Somebody had to protect him. Nobody ever been there for him. I had to step up now. What? But how? They paused to alter what Mion had already told them, saying it was a mistake? That wasn't gonna work. If I had more time, I'd come up with an excellent idea. I didn't have that much time here at all. To pressure him, the cops were drawing nearer. Satoshi-kun must have felt intimidated. He might end up turning himself into the pressure while I'm stuck trying to come up with something. Slap duct tape on his mouth and, like, run for it. I had to do something now. I had to say something. Anything. Otherwise, Satoshi-kun might give in. I had to save him. Oishi drew nearer. Satoshi-kun fell back. Oh. It won't take much time. Come on, don't be scared. Evil laughter. It won't take much time. He just said it. He just said he wouldn't let him out if he caught him now. Satoshi-kun, don't give in. If you give in now, everything you've been working for will be ruined. Oh. Satoshi-kun like he was at his breaking point. Oishi's clearly aware of it. Oishi smirked, held his arm to grab Satoshi-kun's shoulder. I felt electrified when I saw that. That hand shouldn't be allowed to touch Satoshi-kun. The moment Oishi touched his shoulder, he'd give in. He'd go to the police station and confess everything. Do you want to know his alibi? Oishi turned his face toward me. His hand left hanging in the air. I wasn't very prepared for this. I just had to stop Oishi no matter what. I only need to gain some time. It doesn't really matter what I said here. That's right. I want to get Hojo-san's alibi. We must not be doing our jobs. We can confirm his whereabouts at the time of the crime. It's shameful, but we decided to question him in person. You don't have to ask him. I can confirm his alibi. Oh, really? That'd help. You already told me you were at the festival that night, and many people confirm it. It'd be easier if you confirmed that Hojo-san was with you. But I don't think you mentioned him when I questioned you last time, did you? Gonna change your statement now? Even though no one in the festival saw Hojo-san, you're gonna tell me he was with you? That's right. He was with me. Wouldn't that be enough? I know you were there with your other friends at night. I saw that myself. You still saying that you were with him? Isn't that a little too hard to believe? It's not hard to believe. Like your face, isn't it? Oh, she approached me with a creepy smile. Was he teasing me because my excuse sounded funny? I didn't think so. He was frustrated due to being interrupted when he was able to catch a big fish. Are you saying that you forgot that you were with them, but just now remembered you actually were? My memory's spotty. Mion Sonozaki-san? I did get a little scared, but I couldn't stop myself. I could save Satoshi-kun to reveal my real identity. I was aware of the risk. Grandma would certainly catch me if I revealed it. I didn't think of the consequences of that. Notebook page 27. Oh my god, this thing again. I'm not Mion Sonozaki. I didn't go to the Wakanashi Festival in the first place. Huh? Satoshi-kun and I were talking in a restaurant in Okinomi at the time. The name of the place is Angel Mort. You can confirm that with the owner if you want. Oishi was still smirking, but apparently felt confused. What are you saying? If you aren't Mion, then who are you? I'm Shion Sonozaki, Mion's twin sister. Pleasure to meet you, Oishi-san. Oishi looked perplexed, like he didn't believe what I'd said. My god, this is amazing! He frowned. I didn't know Mion Sonozaki had a twin sister. You trying to fool me? Not at all. Why don't you check my family register or whatever? Should I call sis? All the cops look bewildered now. Shion Sonozaki-san? Yes, that's me. Is there anything wrong? Can you come with us? They're testifying that you were with Hojo-san that night. That'll talk to you too. Sure thing. Please go easy on us. The cops gathered their car and started discussing something. Like they never expected this to happen. Their plan was been foiled. My god. I hope to be able to fake Satoshi-kun's alibi for at least a little while. Shouldn't be too difficult to talk to sis about this, then forge up an alibi together. Satoshi-kun, tell them you're chatting with me and Angel Mort that night, no matter what they ask, okay? I'll confirm your alibi. Tell them you don't remember that night too clearly. Or maybe you should just keep silent. The whole thing of him, were you're not me in this whole time? Satoshi-kun wore a startled expression. Though I was telling him something important, he'd apparently decided not to listen. Can you hear me, Satoshi-kun? Well, you're basically just telling him the person he thought he was talking this whole time was not Mion, but was you this whole time. It's someone he never thought before in his whole life. I don't blame him that he's flabbergasted. Maybe he's like, who are you? What are you helping? What the fuck is happening? You can't mess this up, okay? Okay. You must have been feeling deceived. Holy shit, the fireworks are going crazy right now. No wonder. I just confessed that it wasn't Mion, but her twin sister. Maybe we have been deceiving him. Are you upset? Why? Because I've been fooling you. Satoshi couldn't start laughing. I didn't know why he'd laugh, because he wasn't the type of person who would laugh in order to hide something. Huh. I finally understand why you were weird sometimes in class. I've been thinking it was a bit strange. Well, it makes sense that no one else but him would find out that Mion has a sister. It makes all the sense now. Aren't you upset that I've been fooling you? He looked even more puzzled. Well, he didn't know whether he should be upset about it or not. Or maybe he's only pretending to be that way. So this isn't the first time we met, is it? Well, yes, that's right. Okay. How do you write your name? No, they're already immediately accepting. With the characters for poetry and sound. Shion... Huh. Huh? That's a beautiful name. Okay. Could you please come with us to the station? We get your instant coffee or tea if you like. Yeah, instant coffee tea, okay. Huh. Interesting. Very. Ah, notebook page number 29. Absentee present. Covered for a murderer. No, this is the best way to cover for a murderer, honestly. Even if Satoshi isn't. It's still great, honestly. It's still great. This is still interesting. It's so interesting, honestly. It's so interesting. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Taking a small break here. Alright, I'm back from the fireworks stuff. I'm actually really sorry that if that annoyed all y'all in the background from just listening to it. I thought we were close to near the end of the chapter, and I didn't want to lose momentum for myself, as I knew it was going to take a while. I did not think the fireworks would go off this early, but hopefully that just made things even more paranoid. Just going through the whole section, it's going to be so funny. If it was annoying, really sorry about that again though. But it's interesting to consider about all of that. Obviously the whole the small beats of what was Satoshi was doing in between there, setting things up, which make it seem like he's being again parallel of him setting up a weapon and all of that to be paralleling Keiichi. Although he didn't seem like he was good at strategic stuff, but he's not that stupid. But he just doesn't think that far ahead unless he really wants to get away with something. I'm assuming we don't know a single thing of how he operates in the club activities, especially since this perspective of Shion anyway. And at this time when she did go to the school, he was too far out of it to even be participating in club activities, so there's that. But I don't think being barefoot is anything that's strategic when killing someone, or even running away from a scene. Because if you tie your shoes properly, I'm pretty sure you don't have to worry about that. And even then, he felt peaceful doing that. So what did he feel the need to do that night? I still have a few sense that he's technically still not the killer, but he had something else planned in mind. But he's definitely not doing the whole teddy bear thing, of course, or to the festival and all that. Still something interesting to think about. Plus, until I can think of a super reason as to why that random guy from nowhere decided to take the blame, the fall for this random murder. That I'm still not gonna fully be convinced that Satoshi is really the killer. But honestly, I'm so kind of glad that the story is going this way. Honestly, of defending a murder almost, even if the murder is sympathetic and all that. I honestly so wanted to see any kind of mysteries do that. Oh, I've been so cool to honestly see. Oh god. Oh boy. I was actually really surprised when Keiichi actually decided to kill someone. Every time I seen a story I guess the whole thing of main character gets framed, or someone close to him is framed, and obviously, and man, you see that a lot often, that to the point you want to see it actually be done for, actually done the story and how that go. It'd be interesting to see. Either Satoshi-kun was smart or very lucky. Don't know about smart, but He's a bit slow-minded, as you, Shion, have said before, so, let's go lucky. Or maybe it wasn't him. The police found nothing in the crime scene to indicate his involvement in the murder. Satoshi-kun was still the prime suspect. Literally just, like, they're trying to put anything under the friend group, I guess connection-wise, because of Oishi then? Oh, God. Considering his home environment, he had a strong enough motive. That's probably the thing that's gutting them to make them go think that way anyway. He had no alibi that the police knew of before they came to with Shion anyway. The police had everything other than physical evidence. I wasn't surprised that Oishi took a chance. He probably didn't expect me to step in. But what I did was too little to avert his suspicion of Satoshi-kun. Oishi believed that Satoshi-kun did it. He was waiting for Satoshi-kun to fall apart and confess. That's what both Oishi and I were thinking. But that hypothesis is destroyed later on. I don't talk about it now, but Oishi's theory will be disproven, and the police will be thrown into shock. A question comes to mind. That is, who saved Satoshi-kun? I can only think of the possibility that the Sonozaki family invented the culprit. Would be interesting to see, honestly. Like, but it goes to the question of, like, why then protect, like, you know, Satoshi, and then make him go missing? It's that whole weird thing all over again, and goes into the whole thing again. There could be, like, the whole element of mass hysteria going involved, but then something else is definitely behind the scenes. It's really just only one thing. Even mass hysteria part was right. That's all it feels like. So, there's still human involvement in a way. Supernatural stuff. Intriguing. Very intriguing. Nothing comes to mind as exactly why Satoshi should be running barefoot. He didn't seem too alarmed about it, but why? I'm trying to think. If it's not him, then what did he decide to leave behind nearby the trash heap that no one can find? And if he leaves it there until he goes missing, or he's literally trying to run to get that when he went missing, or like someone's chasing him down in the woods and all that. We've seen many times where I'm like Keiichi, our main character, like, you know, gets chased by someone menacingly and threateningly through the woods in the whole village, and no one bats a fucking eye. So yeah. What would be important enough for him to hide something there, where it's like him come back to it later, or just to hide a gift or anything? But he was getting a teddy bear later on. Plus, since the teddy bear was on reserve, then yeah. Then since the guy, yeah. I still can't think of any reason, honestly, besides that. And, like, the game is already pushing also the idea of, as well, that the whole Sonozaki family, like, invented that culprit. I mentioned that, like, a while ago when they keep bringing up the narcotics usage. Like, meth and all that. Like, they don't mention what kind, like, I thought it was methamphetamines or, like, something like that, and I think the second installment, at the very least, or somewhere along the lines. But yeah, then that can definitely, like, get people to, like, believe they did something or, like, have delusions and stuff like that. So, yeah. But, of course, he hasn't, like, culprit or the person who was arrested had information what happened there. It makes things all the more muddled. But since there's no reason to be there, and if no one saw him at the festival, and we don't even have his name or anything else learning about it, maybe we actually learn about that in the situation even more about him, honestly. That'd be actually so cool. A lot of things are slowly being tied in, like, just small little loose threads are being, not, you know, tied up, or you're like, you know, loosened or anything like that, but a spotlight is being put on them. And guess what? They're too far away for you to tie up and, you know, clean out and smooth over. They're just there, waiting for you to just agonize over them until they actually be finally solved and tied up. Oh boy. Actually interested to see if we get to learn more about that guy. I'm looking forward to it. And I am looking forward to see if we learn anything new about him. It's gonna be very interesting to see. I guess we'll find out anything more, and luckily how else Shiona's gonna, like, do her best to make sure Satoshi, like, has a good alibi. We'll find out more, what she does, for next time. So, hope you have a fun time watching as I am playing this. Hope to see you next time, what time that may be. And I hope you have a fantastic day.